If you're over 60 and struggling with even one of the 5 things we're about to discuss, it could be your body trying to send you an early warning. The truth is, many of us chalk up new aches, fatigue, or forgetfulness as just part of aging. And while that's sometimes true, other times these so-called normal signs are actually your body waving a red flag, telling you that something more serious might be going on under the surface. Now, before we go any further, let's be clear. We are not medical professionals. This video isn't meant to diagnose, treat, or replace medical advice from your doctor. But what we can do is give you the knowledge to help you spot the difference between aging that's typical and symptoms that may need a closer look. Think of this as a friendly, research-backed guide to help you make a smarter decision before things get worse. And let's face it, Googling your symptoms at 2 a.m. usually leads you to one of 2 things: worst-case scenarios or completely unrelated advice. This video, it's somewhere in the middle, real, practical, and based on what doctors actually look for in aging patients. Because the truth is, most serious health conditions don't start with a loud bang. They whisper, they creep in slowly, and they often disguise themselves as just getting older. So don't brush it off. Let's take a few minutes to walk through 5 physical or cognitive changes that might mean it's time to check in with your doctor. Catching things early doesn't just protect your health, it protects your independence, your energy, and your peace of mind. Not to mention, it gives you more time with the ones you love. Let's dive in. Number 1, you can't stand on one leg for 10 seconds. This might seem like a silly little test, but it could reveal more about your health than a blood pressure cuff. Try it right now if you can. Stand up straight. Lift one foot about 6 inches off the ground. Now count slowly to 10. Can you stay balanced without holding onto a chair, wobbling, or putting your foot down early? If not, your body may be giving you a serious signal. Why does this matter? Because your ability to balance is a combination of muscle strength, inner ear function, brain health, and nerve communication. If just one of those systems is off, your balance goes with it. In fact, one major study found that older adults who couldn't balance on one leg for 10 seconds were almost twice as likely to die within the next 10 years compared to those who could. Not because of the test itself, but because poor balance often points to hidden issues like early signs of Parkinson's disease, undiagnosed neuropathy, vitamin B12 or D deficiencies, core muscle atrophy, or even the early stages of dementia. And here's something else to consider. A surprising number of seniors struggle with balance and leg strength because they're missing just a few critical vitamins. We actually made an entire video about the 6 most common vitamin deficiencies that lead to weak legs and dangerous falls. So if this section hit home, that video might be the next one you need to watch. We will put the link in the description. Because falls are the #1 cause of injury-related death after 65, and most falls don't start with a dramatic accident. They start with a little stumble. Now let's move from your legs to your upper body. Number 2, you can't lift a full grocery bag. This one hits close to home because it sneaks up on people. If carrying a full grocery bag, or even a simple gallon of milk, feels unusually heavy these days, you might be dealing with more than just weak arms. For many people over 60, this is one of the first signs of sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss. It starts subtly, maybe a little more effort to get out of the car with bags, maybe needing to carry fewer items at once. But left unchecked, it accelerates and slowly chips away at your independence. Here's what most people don't realize. After age 30, we start to lose muscle mass naturally. But after 60, that loss speeds up dramatically. And by the time you notice weakness, you've already lost a significant amount of strength. Struggling to lift everyday items can also point to osteoporosis, which weakens bones and makes lifting painful or risky. Heart-related fatigue, where exertion triggers shortness of breath or rapid heartbeat. Or nutritional deficiencies, like low protein, vitamin D, or magnesium, which your muscles need to function properly. This isn't just about being able to carry groceries. It's about being able to live independently, to cook, clean, get around, and take care of yourself. The good news? Muscle loss is not irreversible. Resistance training, better nutrition, and regular movement can help rebuild strength at any age. And if this sounds like you, Consider asking your doctor for a DEXA scan to check your muscle and bone mass, or get your heart and blood levels tested to rule out underlying issues. Because carrying a bag shouldn't carry this much concern. Your body's telling you something. Don't ignore it. Number 3, you can't get up from a chair without using your arms. Here's a quick test. Try it now if you're able. Sit in a standard chair. Cross your arms over your chest. Now stand up without using your hands, without rocking forward, and without pushing off with your arms. Was it smooth or was it a struggle? If that simple movement felt difficult, or worse, impossible, it's a strong indicator that your lower body strength is fading. And while it might not seem like a big deal, it's actually one of the earliest signs of functional decline in older adults. Why? Because standing from a chair isn't just a leg movement. It requires hip strength, core stability, balance, and coordination. If you're losing the ability to perform this basic action, it means you're likely also struggling with things like climbing stairs, getting up from a toilet or bed, or catching yourself if you start to fall. Studies show that people who have difficulty rising from a chair are significantly more likely to suffer a fall, and those who stop using their legs regularly, because it's just easier to use their arms, can lose mobility at an even faster rate. But here's the hopeful part. This is also one of the most correctable issues if caught early. In many cases, a combination of strength training, balance exercises, and even targeted physical therapy can restore that independence. And if the issue is tied to a vitamin deficiency, like low DD or magnesium, a simple blood test and supplement routine can help tremendously. So don't wait until you're avoiding chairs without armrests altogether. Your strength is one of the best investments you can make in your future, and getting out of a chair is where it starts. Number 4, you can't walk a quarter mile without stopping. A quarter mile, that's about 2 to 3 city blocks, or 1 lap around a standard track. For many people, that distance used to be nothing, just a casual stroll. But if walking that far now leaves you out of breath, lightheaded, or desperate to sit down, your body could be sounding a serious alarm. Shortness of breath during light activity is one of the most overlooked early symptoms in seniors, and unfortunately, one of the most dangerous. It might not just be getting older or being out of shape. It could be a sign of heart disease like congestive heart failure or arrhythmia, chronic respiratory conditions such as COPD or asthma, circulatory problems, including peripheral artery disease, PAD, or even low oxygen levels caused by anemia or other blood-related issues. These conditions often develop quietly. You might just think you're slowing down. But if you're avoiding walks, skipping stairs, or feeling winded after basic errands, your cardiovascular system might not be keeping up. In fact, walking is so important, we put it as the first habit in our video on how people over 100 stay healthy so long. We will put that link in the description as well. Check it out after this video. And here's the scary part. Most seniors don't get these things checked until it's already an emergency. That's why this test is so valuable. If you used to be able to walk a few blocks without blinking, and now it feels like a workout, something has changed, and it's worth understanding why. A simple stress test, lung function exam, or blood panel could reveal issues long before they become life-altering. And in many cases, early lifestyle adjustments or the right medications can restore your energy and stamina. So don't ignore the signs. If a short walk is starting to feel like a marathon, your heart, lungs, or blood vessels might be asking for help. Number 5, you can't remember 3 items after a few minutes. This isn't about misplacing your glasses or walking into a room and forgetting why. That happens to everyone from time to time. What we're talking about here is something deeper, short-term memory recall. And if that's starting to slip, it could be a sign your brain needs help. Try this simple test. Pick 3 random words. Let's say apple, chair, sunshine. Say them out loud, then keep listening. Don't write them down. Don't repeat them to yourself. Just let a few minutes go by, then try to say them back. If you can't remember them, or only recall 1 or 2, that's something worth paying attention to. This type of memory issue is a common early sign of mild cognitive impairment, or MCI. And while MCI doesn't always lead to dementia, it does increase the risk. In fact, about 10–20% of adults over 65 are believed to have MCI, and many don't even know it. They assume it's just part of aging. But here's the truth. Memory loss is not always normal. And when memory problems begin to affect your ability to manage medications, pay bills, or follow conversations, that's more than forgetfulness. It's a warning sign. Other possible causes: vitamin B12 deficiency, thyroid imbalance, sleep apnea, or even stress and depression, which can mimic cognitive decline. The good news? Early intervention makes a huge difference. Cognitive therapy, lifestyle changes, medication, or even just better nutrition can slow or stop progression, but only if it's caught in time. So if you've noticed yourself forgetting more than usual, don't ignore it. All right, quick memory check. Do you remember the 3 words? Let me know in the comments. And if you failed that 3-word test, talk to your doctor, because protecting your mind is just as important as protecting your body. Just a quick reminder before we wrap up. None of these signs are a guaranteed emergency. They don't mean something is definitely wrong, but they do mean your body is trying to talk to you. And the most dangerous thing you can do is ignore it. These small struggles, difficulty lifting a bag, feeling off balance, losing your breath on a short walk, they seem easy to brush off, but they're often the first whispers of something that could grow into a much bigger issue if left unaddressed. Here's the good news. Catching these signs early doesn't just help prevent injury or illness. It gives you the power to protect your independence, your mobility, and your peace of mind. So if even one of these hit close to home today, don't wait. Call your doctor, book that appointment. Even if it turns out to be nothing, you'll sleep better knowing. And if you've experienced one of these signs and found a way to turn things around, we'd love to hear about it in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Drop a comment below, whether you're struggling, improving, or just here to learn. We're building a community where aging isn't feared, it's respected, where wisdom is shared, and no one faces these challenges alone. And don't forget to subscribe to Elders Almanac, because growing older doesn't mean fading out. It means growing stronger, wiser, and living with intention. Please remember, we are here for you, and we hope you'll be here for each other too. So connect with others in the comments, check out some other videos, but most importantly, stay strong.